hold on. Let me remove my mask first. Okay, oh, there you go. You can now see my gorgeousness. See? It's much easier this way. We can breathe more easily without the mask. And no, I am not one of those anti-mask activists. I am Mark Andrei Pagana, 17 years old, an advocate for mental health. As we know, amid the pandemic, most of us adolescents have no choice left but to stay inside our residences where we cohabitate with our family or whoever we stay with. We're quite restricted to go outside and mingle with our peers physically. In most cases, what we're left with is social media to keep us in touch with each other. Through this technology, channels of communication have been established more efficiently. And yet we had to admit that social media has granted us an overwhelming power, which in most cases are not taken with an adequately equivalent amount of responsibility. And it's frightening. Here in the Philippines, we know of an infamous celebrity whose transformation after a plastic surgery has received a widespread coverage nationwide, but who he was before. Someone who has experienced cyberbullying due to his appearance during his teens and even until now, still manifested in his new facade. He's been called names, Rice Krispies, because of his pimple marks which left a conspicuous trace. Lots of memes were created for entertainment purposes. To many, he was just a laughingstock. But we went too much that it inflicted a prolonged impairment in his decision-making skills and perhaps his other psychological attributes. These people, they are all masked with the anonymity induced by their consciousness. Here in the Philippines, we know of countless internet trolls lurking around and giving unabashed, unpleasant remarks to anyone, even the Olympic weightlifting gold medalist Heidelin S. Diaz and the Nobel Prize Peace Laureate Maria Ressa. In my school, I know of a candidate running for a position in a student council who got bashed online due to her political preferences. In my school, I know of many teachers who are being talked trash by their trusted students behind the screen. In my school, cyberbullying incidences are disguised within joyful moments, and bystanders like us had a little chance to call for a stop. Behind the masks worn to us in our virtual society, there were much laughter, demeaning, and devaluating laughter. Of course, it happens to anyone. And the probabilistic nature of it occurring to ourselves increases. If we are women, part of the LGBTQIA community, a Muslim, or anyone deemed as a part of the minority. Sadly, these irresponsible netizens / perpetrators are unlikely to be held liable. These are, of course, just some of the many incidents of cyberbullying which happen here in the Philippines. The lingering issue on cyberbullying is worsening and getting even more rampant amid the current health crisis. There is not a rich amount of literature which documents the 2020 to 2021 cyberbullying statistics here in the Philippines. However, what I found out was that in 2019 alone, 1 out of 3 children among 30 countries experienced cyberbullying. And across the globe, 70% of youth are experiencing it, according to UNICEF. And Philippines, being the 13th most social media active country in 2021, is more likely to have even larger figures, especially nowadays when the online distance learning modality prompted an increase in the amount of leisure time and online activities among children. I am one of those fortunate individuals who have not yet experienced cyberbullying, or at least I am unaware that it has happened to me. And yet, as someone who is actively pursuant in promoting mental health awareness and the stigmatization within the community, I see how this threat in our digital safety rids us our emotional and mental well-being. As we fully embrace this digital age, we gradually shift into a more layered niche of bullying. The Philippine National Police Anti-Cybercrime Group, or PNP-ACG, primarily acts to enforce laws in protecting youth against cybercrime, such as the following. And that's a number of laws concerning youth's welfare in the cyberspace. However, most incidents of cyberbullying are reprimanded in schools first before legal actions are taken by the authority. And only a tiny fraction of cyberbullying incidences in schools reach the PNP if the case is not denied by the schools in the first place. On the other hand, social media and related sites offer only a limited options of post hoc strategies on how to deal with cyberbullying. You see the post, you report it, and they evaluate it. But what if you did not see the post? What if there was no one to report it? Chances are it would end up circulating and you can do nothing about it. I stand firm with Trisha Prabhu of Rethink that the redress of these grievances should not be shouldered and burdened upon by the victims. What we still lack are preventive strategies which can be employed even before the damage has been done. These lapses, beside the anonymity factors, are what truly masks these offenders. We are tired of hearing the adage, the internet is a dangerous place. There in the digital world lurks a silent pandemic on the issue of cybersecurity, cyberbullying, and harassment. We have this ability to mask our identities, to conceal it from the public. But when we do not wear a mask in our respective socials, chances are we become exposed to this virus that targets our mental and emotional well-being. And we hope to get masked for our own protection. Yet, when we simply allow that, we become bystanders, if not the offenders or the victim of countless cyberbullying incidences. And that does no good either. It is not whether we reduce the hours we spend on social media. It is on whether we are able to stop them even before they have demeaned and dealt a lasting damage towards someone. And these shall be pioneered by the developers and the protocol enforcers of the web. Altogether, with the synergy of law enforcement agencies, the social media pioneering team, and we as empathetic youth against cyberbullying, this goal of unmasking the offenders and the catalyst of these crimes can be attained. That is how our socials can be a safer place. I am Mark Andrei P. Pagana, 17. Thank you for witnessing my unmasked gorgeousness. I think after I have watched many presentations of Trisha Prabhu of Rethink, I really agree that since it's just the teenager's mind that is underdeveloped, the prefrontal cortex, which is underdeveloped, that's why they say some words that are not think well before they even utter it on the social media or even in the physical communication. And I think as teenagers, we should be those ones who shall lead other teenagers in creating or in making a better example in ways of communicating our ideas or saying our words in not so harsh manner or such. Maybe I agree that we should be able to encourage other people that before they speak something, they should think about first, is it offensive? How will it affect the person who I'm communicating with? I think that is how we teenagers can simply start on pioneering this campaign against cyberbullying and other bullying types as well. Sadly, the cyberbullying incidences in my school is not resolved. These teachers actually are unaware that they are being bashed by the students. For me, cyberbullying is not just some tormenting words. It is more of some lasting damage that we can see, even if the message is deleted. It is forever there. It can never be removed. It's a kind of bullying that is not perishable. It will just be retained on the minds of the victim who experienced it.